The Bones in the Valley. Carlos Carrasquero. The valley had changed since last I saw it. Where once a fire had scorched the ground black, green now flourished. Wildflowers clung to the edges of the stones, and the creek that had once hissed with steam now whispered gently through reeds. But the bones remained. They rose pale and immense from the earth, half buried yet unbroken by time. The skull alone towered higher than a cottage, its fanged jaw yawning wide enough to swallow a cart. Moss crept along the ribs, birds nested in the hollows, but still the dragon's frame lay proud, eternal, a monument to death and to what death could not erase. An old man picked his way across the meadow. His beard was long and silver now, his back bent, his pace slow. He leaned on a staff, but his eyes, though red, still burned with the memory of fire. He stopped before the skull and pressed his hand to the weathered bone. "I swore I'd never come back here," he muttered, voice rasping with age. "Not after what you took from me. Not after what you burned." He closed his eyes, and in the silence came echoes, screams, the crack of falling timbers, the roar of wings blotting out the sun. The stench of burning flesh. The day his sword struck through the great beast's heart. His fingers curled against the bone. "I hated you then. I hate you still." The meadow was quiet but for the wind through the grass. "And yet," he whispered, "and yet, I honor you." He lowered himself, slowly, carefully, until he was kneeling in the shadow of the skull. The gesture hurt his joints, but he forced it, for the act mattered. "You were the greatest foe I ever faced," he said, looking up at the cavernous sockets where the dragon's eyes had once burned like suns. "No man, no beast, no king has ever tested me so. You fought with fire, with fury, with the strength of mountains in your wings. And though I hate you for the lives you stole, I cannot deny the truth, you were worthy." His voice cracked, but he continued. "When I struck you down, I thought I had won. That killing you would bring peace. But peace is not what follows war. Peace is what we build after. And all these years..." He shook his head, bitter laughter rattling in his chest. "All these years, I have lived not in peace, but in the shadow of your death. As though some part of me was buried here with you." The old man placed his forehead against the dragon's bone. The touch was cold, lifeless, yet it steadied him. "I will not forgive you," he said. "I will never forgive. But I will remember. And in remembering, I honor you." He stayed there a long while, kneeling before the skeleton, an old warrior bowing before the only enemy who had ever truly matched him. When at last he rose, the valley was quiet again, the bones still watching, eternal. And the old man turned away, leaving behind both his hate and his honor, bound forever in the dragon's grave.